Well, hey there, this is Zeke. I'm out in the backyard, and I want to talk about this election, 2020 presidential election. But I'm going to try a different tact on it. I'm not going to talk about all of the anomalies, the fact that supposedly we can go to Home Depot and grocery stores and Walmart and be perfectly safe wearing a mask, but we can't go vote wearing a mask because it's too dangerous. I'm not going to talk about that. I'm not going to talk about the fact that well over 1,000 poll workers came forward after the election and signed sworn affidavits and have been giving testimony to state legislatures about things they saw that they were concerned that fraud was going on. I'm not going to talk about that. I'm not going to talk about the fact that there's video in Georgia where, or before I even get to the video, I'm not going to talk about the fact that in a handful of questionable states, voting was stopped in the middle of the night on election night, which has never happened before. And then when it started again, suddenly well over 90% of the votes coming in after the count restarted were for Biden. I'm not going to talk about the video in Georgia where the poll workers, after the voting was stopped, the observers and the media were told, go home, we're not going to count anymore. And 4 poll workers stayed behind and suddenly started pulling ballots out from underneath a table that's been sitting there all day and counting them. Or any of the other bullshit around this election. I'm just going to talk about, you remember when Barack Obama was running for president? He generated a lot of excitement in his voters. When he was holding rallies, there were tens of thousands of people showing up, cheering him on. In both of his elections. I didn't vote for the man because, not because he's black, because I really don't give a fuck about that, but because I studied his background, and I had a pretty good idea of what he believes, and it's nothing like what I believe. So let's fast forward to the 2020 election. Joe Biden wasn't even on the campaign trail for the most part. He was in his basement. And when he did venture out and try to hold a rally, he'd be lucky to have 100 people show up to his rallies. And media is telling us that's because everybody's concerned about COVID. Well, okay, so let's go with that. Well, Trump was out on the campaign trail, and he was holding rallies in numerous states, 3, 4, 5 a day, and having tens of thousands of people show up at his rallies, cheering him on. Not Biden. Now, given all this, we're supposed to just go, okay, so Biden got over 20 million votes more than Obama ever got for a presidential election, despite the fact that he's run for president on a number of occasions and never even got close to getting the nomination for the Democratic Party. So we're just supposed to believe that. Oh, okay. It makes perfect sense. And then on top of that, in the 2020 election, Trump won all but one of the bellwether counties in the country. And it's never happened that when somebody wins that much in the bellwether, I'm using quotes because it's not my term, counties, has never lost the election. But this time he did. And not to mention, he got something like 17 million more votes in the 2020 election than he got in the 2016 election. We're just supposed to accept it. It's just the way it is. Come on, folks. Really? Are we really going to be this gullible? I'm sorry. I don't think this election was legit at all. And I don't think Biden was legitimately elected president. When Obama won, my response was, well, okay, I lost. My side lost. Let's give him a chance. And frankly, he didn't do very well as a president in my book. Not president of the United States, but I'm sorry, I just can't accept this as legit. And frankly, there is a lot of maneuvering going on still, and we'll see what happens. But I don't believe Biden is a legitimate president of the United States, and I don't think I ever will. I'll deal with it, the fact that he's there, but I'm really concerned about what might be coming our way. You should be too. There's my thoughts on it. Have a great day.